Okay, so we're going to start with a very simple tripod made from a push broom, a yardstick from Home Depot, very cheap, some gaff tape, you can use packing tape, my iPhone 5, a ruler, yardstick, it's actually a paint stirring stick from Home Depot, they're free if you buy paint. A little more gaff tape, again you can use packing tape or any kind of tape, common household vice grips, hope you all have a pair, and voila, a basic tripod. I can quickly adjust the height up and down and also around. Cannot pan and tilt, but you know, whatever. Okay, so adding the ruler and the yardstick together, I'm going to make the most basic of Steadicams, also known as the shaky cam, famously pioneered by Sam Raimi and the Coen brothers, and you're going to see the results. I'm going to actually show the footage, repeat the footage that I'm shooting right now as we speak. Come up and close up on the dog. Here's the actual footage. Just film myself filming. And there's Charlie. And then we're going to come into the camera and get very meta here. All right. And double meta. We're repeating. All right. So a slightly more complicated Steadicam. We're going to use some sardines as a counterbalance. And basically, the whole point is to balance this out so when we attach it to the Swiffer, it will be able to essentially be able to operate it by one hand because of the balance. So the whole point of Steadicams is basically adding a long pendulum. Just like with the shaky cam that we saw, the longer the pendulum, the more stable it is. But on the high-end stuff we take advantage of the universal joint like a Swisher has. Swisher. So you can see it works okay. It's in this configuration, it's all right. The shaky cam's probably just as good. However, in this configuration, this is ideal. This is the undersling, or the low mode. Here I will be showing a further example of chasing a low animal, like a dog, and with this low mode configuration, you actually, and this universal joint that the Swiffer have, we actually get some pretty decent footage. Now, there's Charlie, and we're using the same gag with the dry erase, and you can see pretty stable. I mean, we've got issues with the light, and of course I'm going to have some shadow issues because I'm not paying attention to that stuff. I would have to choreograph it to avoid that kind of issue, but yeah, I can't go in there. Okay, slider time. So, going back to the shaky cam setup, we're going to do a coffee can slider, and basically it's going to stabilize it just enough that we're going to do some short dolly moves, basically. And I'm very proud of this shot. This also qualifies for the intentional underexposure, which we'll be talking about on part 2. And pretty decent. Same configuration that I used, new configuration, sorry. We're going to have still a basically paint stir, and this time I'm using a paint roller. And I know not everyone has one of these. We'll have a couple different variables, but basically this is a real simple jib. We're going to make gaff tape, paint stir, and string. Step on the roller. I'm going to pull the tension, get the tension, let it stabilize, and then I am now have a halfway decent jib arm. And we're going to see some footage, jib in action here. Biggest problem with jibs is the arc. The arc is going to create some focus issues, as you see in this actual footage. And the camera could not decide what to focus on. This is not significantly less of a problem when you're working with real cameras and not iPhones. Here you can really see the arc here. This is an alternative use of a jib arm to basically give some horizontal movement, and I'm sort of doing this arc and swinging in, and here we actually see the footage from that same move. Not bad. It stabilizes somewhat. But what if you want to do this kind of move, a straight elevator up and down, where focus is critical here? Well, bicycle pump. That's right. Pneumatic. uh, I'm going to actually control the airflow using my thumb and cleverly position it so nice and stable and balanced, and turn the video on, release the air, and stop it. And you can see I'm pretty pleased with myself. And here's the results. This is stopping and starting pretty smoothly. All in all, not bad, considering it's a bicycle pump. So that's the end of part one. We'll be doing part two with the camera effects. Your projects will not be due until the part two is, well, they won't even be assigned until part two is complete. So thanks for paying attention, if you were, and hope you have fun. Talk to you later.